Hello. So, I am making face masks for my family since the CDC decided to recommend using cloth face masks. And I've been bored lately with no interaction with humans, so I've decided that I'm going to do it live. So, I am using this lovely pattern that you can get for free from, where's it called? craftpassion.com. Downloads into two little things, cut them out. I print on cardstock. Trace that bad boy. You got your main fabric and your lining fabric. They recommend cotton fabrics and flannel or cotton for the lining. So you have two of your main and two of your lining. Alright. Once you get those cut out, then pin them together like so. Alright, so once we have that, you're going to stitch just the curved side here. Let's get that a little bit better. Alright, so just the curved side, and it is set to a 3/8 seam allowance. So make sure you're leaving that in there. And I lost my pedal. There we go. So we're just doing the curve. Now, one thing that I did not know until I got into costume making, because I'm mostly a self-taught seamster, is whenever you have a curve like this, you got to come in here and snip your seam allowance. That allows that to open up and not get all buckled. Just got to make sure not to snip all the way into your threads. Let's snip that guy all through there. Like so. And then I like to trim the allowance just a little bit. Probably should have done that before I snipped it so I didn't make such a big mess, but whatever. Alright, now directions say to actually press it. I'm lazy and I don't want to use an iron. So if you take in here and you just really pull your seam, and just do a little pinchy pinch, it'll work in a pinch here. I hope to not be using these masks for long, so I'm not worried about making it the best thing I've made. Alright, so there is the top. See how nice and crisp of a seam I got there? Alright, same thing for our lining. I'm using flannel for my lining. It's a little bit thicker, so theoretically would block more stuff, I guess. But it says anything, any cotton will work. Pins out. Cut your notches again. Looks like I got a few of you people watching me. I didn't know if anyone would watch or not. So, hello. Alright. And I made one earlier, and it was just a little thick on the inseam here. So I'm just trimming that seam allowance just a little bit. Alright, once again, they recommend pressing it with an iron, but I'm lazy. You really can just get it a pretty tight seam just by working it and stretching it. Cool. So now to attach them. I'm going to put right sides to right sides here. And line up right in your middle here. Alright, I like to just put one seam going one way and one going the other way so it doesn't get too thick up in there. And then pin her in place. The lining is about an inch short of the exterior fabric. That's because we're going to take the exterior fabric and fold it here in a little bit and make a pocket for your string or elastic. You're supposed to use elastic. I don't have any elastic cording left over from any costumes or anything, but I do have a lot of shoestrings. And I saw someone who made a modification of using a shoestring. So that is what I did on mine, and it worked out just fine. So that is what I'm using as an old pair of shoes. Shoe just stole the shoestring out of an old pair of shoes. And it works fine. So stick you some pins around here so it stays nice and tight when you go to sew. Something like that. I'm going to get rid of some of these strings I forgot to trim. Alright, so for this one we're just sewing the top all the way across and the bottom all the way across. Alright, so once again it's a 3/8 seam allowance, so get your 3/8 there. That's what the pattern has going. Just throw a pin on the ground, that'll be fun for a foot later. So I watched the tutorial, and this curve right here at the top of the nose piece is no fun. There we go. It has extra thickness and it's just a really tight curve. You can just shoot right off the end of that. Alright, then we're going back the other side. 3/8 again. This one's pretty much a straight shot, so it's not as difficult. Right here at the thickness is a little bit hard to get through. There she goes. And shoot right off the end again. Alright. So once again, we got to clip a little bit along all the top here because it's another curve. This one I didn't have any problem with the thickness on the other one I made, so I'm not going to trim the allowance, just dock it here like this. Just got to be really careful not to cut your stitches. And then you get a little bit of curve down here around the bottom of your chin. So do a few snips around the bottom of your chin. Alright, get rid of my extra strings this time that I forgot last time. Alright, then we're ready to turn it. So we got both ends open, so we can turn her inside out, or actually right side out. Alright, then once again, a better tailor would iron this. I'm going to stick a pencil all up inside here and push out the seam and just hand pinch it And it's going to be just fine. All right. It's a little thick right there on the corner, but you need to be all right. Just give her a little stretch and a little pinch. All right. Top done. Bottom. Oh, the patterns that are from that place that I told you about, Craft Passion, they also have 4 size patterns. They have adult man, woman/teenager, child, and toddler. So they have 4 different sizes. I made a man size already, which fits pretty well. It doesn't have enough room for my beard, so I may have to trim my beard some or something, but you can see how that is working here. And then this is the woman/teenager size I got going on right now. All right, now once you do that, you want to go ahead and put a top stitch on it to hold in my highly effective hand pressing there. All right, so just do your top stitch along the top here. Ooh, it does 2 things. It gets it to hold it a little bit tighter, and then it also allows you to have room to put in a piece of wire. You want to have a piece of wire to fold around your nose. Jennifer says she loves the fabric. This is Emily's pigeon fabric. She had some stuff for her library that she had pigeon fabric that she had left over. So this is obviously Emily's. I let the kids choose their fabric and everything. So all just scraps I found around the house. All right. So once again, right along the nose here is a little bit hairy. I had to give it a little tug here. There she goes. All right, so just put your nice little top stitch along through there. And then that is going to get this piece of wire fed up inside of it so that it can pinch around the nose, which I'm going to fight in a second because it's hard to get it right through that center spot. Alrighty, same thing on the bottom. I am going to move my needle position. I forgot to do that last time, so it's a little bit closer to the edge. Top stitching along top and bottom. So you can see the basic shape there, looking good. All right, I am going to shove my nose piece in here, but I gotta make sure I have the right length. All right. Well, last time that broke right off. This time, of course, not. There we go. All right. This proved to be the most difficult part of my whole construction last time, was getting this through that top. Hey, went through that time. All right, so the directions say that you can use floral wire, you can use a what's your pipe cleaner, whatever you want. And this is really longer than it needs to be. They had using bias tape and making a little pocket and everything, but there's already a top stitch pocket there, so I didn't really find a reason why you needed to make that. So I didn't. All right. So there we go. Okay, so see on the end you have this extra inch right here. The best part about that is you're going to fold it down once, fold it down again, and that makes your pocket and closes up all of your unhemmed edges. So you have a loose edge in here and you got a loose edge in here. That double fold just does it for you, and then you don't have to worry about cleaning up your edges. which is beautiful because I hate hand stitching when you turn something inside out. All right. Oh, so Jennifer says she wishes you had a machine. This Singer Heavy Duty is my favorite machine ever. It goes through everything. I told Emily it was weird earlier because I am sewing cotton and flannel, and it's so quiet. I'm used to sewing leather and foam and vinyl and stuff for my costumes, and it was so quiet I didn't think it was working properly, and it's just because I'm not used to the quiet fabrics. All right, so do a double fold there. You can give it a pin in there if you want to, but it's such a short amount here. I don't really think it needs pinning. I am going to do a couple hand turns here on the end to make sure I get that locked in. Do some back stitches on the very end there. Trim some more strings. All right, then run it right through there. Back stitch at the end so that your seam doesn't come out. Little trimmy trim. If you're sticking around, I'm coming in pretty close to being done here. I told you they're really fast. All right, one more, fold into the seam and then over the seam so you have it nice and clean. Get in there. There we go. I like to hand stitch just a couple right here on the edge to make sure that I get that locked into place. All right, then there we go. Get that off. Then the attachment. Come on. There we go. Alright, so that's pretty decent. I got a little bit off on the top stitching down here at the bottom, but it's going to be okay. Alright, so shoelaces. I had some old shoes that I just stole the laces from. Yep, flannel is what I'm using against the face. It's nice and soft. For the shoelaces here, you just want to go down the top. And this is just like when you accidentally get your string to come through your hoodie and you have to feed it back through, and it's no fun, but it's a lot shorter, so it isn't going to take you as long to do so. But there we go. Come through the top on this side. Come through the top on the other side. I haven't been nervous about doing this at all, but making sure this goes through, I'm getting all sweaty because I don't want to take forever. Alright. Sally McDaniel is watching. Hey, Sally. You need one of these for working in the pharmacy. Although you probably have a better one. Alright, so there's how it goes through there like that. This part goes around the top of your head above your ears. Then you tie this around the bottom. So let's see here. This is woman size. I'm not sure how it's going to fit my man face. But this part tucks on top of your head above your ears. You take and bend the wire around your nose. Then I need that a little tighter. Then this just comes around the back. And you snug it up and tie it. There you go. So that, I don't know, does it have a timer on here? That was start to finish, not too long. Easy mask. Oh, these kind also with them coming down like this, they're supposed to not clog up your glasses. I don't have that, but that's what people say. And like I said, I got the pattern from craftpassion.com. I highly recommend it. Pretty easy. All right. Bye.